What's going on, everybody? Tonight we'll be taking a look at another Marvel Legends action figure. This time it's the Marvel Legends Legacy Collection Shuri from Black Panther. Yes, this is a Marvel Legends figure that I picked up at Ollie's, believe it or not, for a whopping $1.08, ladies and gentlemen. I did round up to the food bank, so it did make out $2 for this epic action figure. Well, guys, I am Saj the Boss, a massive MCU fan. I always love the Marvel Cinematic Universe and all kinds of action figures, and Shuri is by far one of my absolute favorite Marvel Legends characters, well, Marvel characters in the MCU. One of my favorite female characters, and I saw her for a pretty good price. I had to pick her right here, guys. It's the classic older packaging. We got a concept, beautiful shot of Shuri, which is beautiful here. This is actually Black Panther, King T'Challa's sister, which is pretty cool. And I do have her counterpart as well. So I got Shuri right here with her Panther blasters. It says Shuri is the mastermind behind some of Wakanda's most advanced technologies, and Shuri designs and distributes vibranium-powered gear to Wakanda's great warriors and allies. Marvel, Hasbro, legalese. And we're looking for this. Check your Ollies or check your Ross or eBay. Something like that too. I almost bought the Grady twins today, but as always, let's crack this thing open and see what this. Also, guys, a little bit of spot varnishing. Super cool. This is the ancestral planes. Leave in the comments, guys. Looks really cosmic for no reason. I like the spot varnishing of the Black Panther mask, which is pretty cool. Also, what do you guys think of this so far? This packaging? I don't know. Here is Shuri in the bubble. Yes. She looks absolutely stellar. Okay. And guys, here is Shuri outside the packaging. She does come with two accessories, ladies and gentlemen, are these beautiful Panther blasters. And it's kind of hard to tell what they look like off camera because the camera's kind of hard to focus. But it's a nice piece of translucent blue plastic in the middle, making it a launch effect, which is pretty cool. And it really reminds me of one of those Power Ranger weapons. I just love the gold paint for the eyes, and it looks like a 3D printed model of a vibranium Panther, which is kind of cool. Like, actually kind of shoots out these lasers or something to do something. It's been a while since I've seen the movie to see what this is actually used for, but maybe some sonic booms. I'm not 100% sure. So I'm definitely watching the movie this weekend at some point, but refresh my memory and jog it a little bit on this. So do you guys know? Leave in the comments what this is used for. I think it's pretty cool. Even got teeth on here. And the other one's like identical to that. So you got two of those. And then Saj, we got this beautiful head sculpt right here, and as always, I am Saj the Boss, and this is the Shuri head sculpt here. She looks absolutely beautiful, guys, as always. She is played Tisha Wright, so I think this likeness of Tisha looks absolutely spot on. Love the eyes. I love how beautiful her hair is with all the white little beads, and her eyes is really glisten on the figure. This is a very good likeness to this portrait here. Absolutely stellar, guys. I absolutely love her long dreads and her cleanly shaved design work in the back of her head. Really reminds me of something that I do to my hair personally, which I think is really cool. I think it's also a shape of a panther, which is pretty cool to see that. And then she's decked out with all the sculpting and detail on her vibranium outfit here with her brown and golds on her necklace here. Same thing on the back. Nice painted details on the shoulder. It's all like smooth and spot varnishing here. She has some bangles on, a beautiful overlay, like scarf, traditional, almost like traditional African clothing, which is beautiful to see. All the patterns and textiles that Hasbro was able to use to make this a really unique accessory. And then she also has a belt, which looks really nice, that kind of attaches the shawl to her, which is beautiful. I love that detail of the silver here. You can make it out a little bit to see each and every little dot here, which looks absolutely amazing. A little bit chipped, but that's okay. Got this for $1. Her leggings are just a beautiful set here, just with her beautiful knee pads and braces, and her jumpsuit just absolutely cool. It's not pinless, sadly. It has pins in the figure. I thought it was pinless because of the arms, but it's kind of weird that Hasbro did that formula back in the day. So other than that, she looks pretty Too bad, cool. Guys. I don't have a Chadwick Boseman figure to go along with him, so I like to have that sister kind of thing going on here with Black Panther. But this is what Shuri's articulation looks like. So her arms can move out this much. It's all in butterfly joints, so it's not the greatest arms right there, because like the wingspan kind of looks realistic with the ball joint because there's pinless. Really nice range on the double jointed elbow here, so double jointed elbow on Shuri. Just be very careful. Her head can look down this much. Can't really look up that much because it's on a weird hinge, but can look side to side. I think the neck is very stiff, so be very mindful. Her hips can move out that much. Her chest can remain African forward, African back, waist swivel. Her legs can move out about this much, guys. I don't recommend doing it because the overlay piece. She does have a double jointed knee, maybe a single jointed knee there, and a little boot for rocker. And yeah, that's about it, guys. Not too much articulation on her, even though she's just going to be standing on my shelf somewhere. Yeah, pretty cool. But there it is. Get the Panther blasters on. I think it's super easy. I think you have to match the shape, and I think they kind of port on this thing some magical way. But I don't know. Let me figure that out. I got one of them on. Oops. Just got it off, actually. So just be very careful when articulating this. Ideally, it'll look like something like this. So very tricky. Let me get her counterpart here, which she becomes after she becomes the Black Panther. And she dons the mantle in Wakanda forever, and she becomes the next female Black Panther. And these two are just absolutely beautiful side by side. Unfortunately, I can't really pop off the heads on these and do a head swap because the ball joint is stuck on this one, and the ball joint is stuck on this one. If I wanted to, you have to heat it up, yada, yada, yada. But what I was thinking about doing, ladies and gentlemen, was giving this one more contrast and actually adding the gauntlets to this figure, which is kind of tricky to do just because they're both very flimsy action figures. But I don't know how to get these on, but there's that. So she actually has like some articulation now with the blasters in her hands, almost like a Power Ranger. Almost like the Power Rangers. Well, guys, out of the two Shuris here, I feel like the suited version is my way of displaying her, just because I like my superheroes, how my superheroes are, but I like also almost like how she is going to be transformed into her uranium suit, which her sneakers she invented, which I think she's actually wearing. And this is the pose I gave to Shuri. Nothing very special, just almost like a thinking kind of pose. I really wish they could have thrown an alternate head or another portrait in this figure. But overall, this figure articulation is very mid, and I'm glad I got it for $1. For $1 alone, this is like 1,000 out of 10, right? But realistically, when it comes down to proportion and action figureness, likeness is there, articulation is very weak. Love the character, but overall, I don't think this is worth for you to add to your collection. So if you get it for $1, go for it. If you love Black Panther, go for it. Just want to add another character to your collection, that wouldn't be my first choice to add to your collection. But I think she looks aesthetically pleasing, really beautiful, and I'm really glad I finally could add her to my shelf. So as always, I am Saj the Boss, and please like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know down below what you guys thought of my Marvel Legends Shuri video, and stay tuned for more Marvel Legends videos in the future.